The main focus was to get numbers.
Okay.
Then I'll take them to YouTube.
You've done different types of content.
Yes.
Which one do you think is closest to who you are?
History. There are lots of things that, because of politics, they had to cover it. You see, the most painful thing is you see movies that relate to our stories, and now people will be like, you know, we want our story, then still no. You're not telling your story.
Yes.
But I don't believe that Yaa Asantewaa led a war like she stood in front and fought like.
So
there are people who were like Charlie Kwame Nkrumah or pray too much into me. Imagine we had like portrayed Kweku Anansi well.
Thank you.
Kweku Anansi could have been in Disneyland.
Hey, welcome to the Masterminds Podcast. As always, my name is Richie, your tour guide on the exciting journey to sharpen your most powerful tool, your mind. This episode is a special one. So let me show you my usual process for Masterminds. So usually before you see a guest sitting here with me, it means I have researched the person, I've done background checks, I know the work that they do, the things they've achieved, and then I set questions before we have a conversation. Like, we let the conversation flow, but I make sure I have all the knowledge before we sit down. But today's conversation is 100% freestyle. I have done no research. And the reason I've done no research and the reason this man is sitting in front of me is I keep watching his content and I'm like, whoa, this guy is smart. Whoa, I like the way this guy thinks. So this conversation is all because the man sitting here is a low-key genius that you people are seeing as just a normal influencer. He's not a normal influencer. He's a genius hiding behind the camera. So I dragged him here so that we can expose his mind for you guys to see how much of a genius he is. Please help me welcome Kobe Boujee.
Mr. Richie.
How far?
You actually, they give me some accolades to
But
I'm
it's
not
true.
Richie yet, but I'll go take out.
No, but honestly speaking, you know, content is difficult to do, whatever
Very
the content it is. But you decide to do intelligent content. I like the angle which you take things, like the way you go into the background and the way you can go into history of things and stuff. It's a unique approach which shows certain intentionality. So I told my people, get this guy here so we can just sit down and converse.
Sure. And I'm honored to be here.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Pam.
You're a legend, so
Hey.
you're honored to be here. Nobody they get a chance. So.
Give me fans, give me fans, give me fans.
Yeah, Charlie.
Oh, congrats on, I saw 100K on YouTube.
Yeah, actually. And funny enough, I just got monetized too.
Hey,
Yes.
Hey, wait, but
Yes.
why is it taking so long?
That's the funny part. So I wasn't focusing on YouTube.
Okay.
Yes, my main focus was to, as I started this content creation thing, the main focus was to get numbers.
Okay.
Then I'll take them to YouTube.
Oh, okay.
But when I started, it was so sweet on the other side that I didn't really focus on YouTube. But then right now, they need the money and sense.
Yeah.
So, and people too, most of the time when I do the history content, I get a lot of comments.
Yeah.
People backlash. Somebody go send me DM, Charlie, the video be too short. So for now, I'm willing to take the YouTube very serious and do. So it's just the shorts that have got me to the 100K.
Oh, okay.
So I'm imagining when I begin to do this longer
Long
videos,
form
it will
content.
be even better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So let me get to know you a little bit. Okay. This one, like I said, no research. First of all, bro, what's your real name?
Isaac Kobby.
Isaac Kobby.
That name, when I mention them, people they talk say I know they resemble Isaac. Yes, and I understand. Okay. Because when they gave birth to me, I wasn't Isaac.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I was a
Muslim.
Muslim.
You chose the name later.
I was a Muslim when they gave birth to me. My name was Isaka.
Okay.
Abdullah Isaka. Yes, but then I think around before I wrote my BEC. Yes, my father converted. So I had to change my name. So I asked for the Isaka. The meaning is Isaac. So
then you converted. So you converted from Islam yourself, or your father converted
you? My father.
How come? Did he also convert from Islam? That's why.
That's how we. And I was young to make any decision. So we had no choice but to do it.
So now, as you live right now, are you a Muslim or are you a Christian?
I'm a Christian. Right now, I'm a Christian.
Okay.
Yes. Even when I was a Muslim,
even
though I used to pray, yes, because my mom. I used to, even though I lived with my dad, sometimes I go to my mom. And when I go to my mom, I'll go to church as a Muslim.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, Kohabraha. Yeah. So when I became a Christian, it wasn't anything different. Okay. But I can pray like a Muslim too. I can pray and do everything as well.
Interesting. Yeah. Let's jump straight into your content. What has informed your content style? of deciding to give people facts?
Okay, so for those of you who know Kobe Boujee, when I started, it's not too different from what I'm doing now.
Okay.
When I started, I was talking about childhood memories, the thing we used to do, Zanzama. Some funny things nobody would think that's what we'll talk about.
Okay.
Even though we think about it all the time, people will not even like think of creating content about it. Those were the things I was doing. So when I started, people were like engaging. People loved the kind of content I was doing.
Yeah.
And at some point too, I was doing some mono skits, me alone. I'll be playing different characters and all of that. At some point, I was reacting to music. Yes, celebrities, their music. Sometimes I'll create a character and like I'm creating a music video and all of that. And I got to a certain point, I was creating this kind of content called "What Your Favorite Color Says About You."
Okay.
Like what your shirt says about you, what your short says about you.
So what does Black say about you?
Black says a lot. Black says someone who's like bold. Someone when you are like bold, you don't really care what people think.
Correct.
You are bold with your decision and all of that. So this is what I was doing. And then I did one particular content. I said, what your favorite team says about you.
Okay.
And funny enough, I'm not really like a sports guy. Even though I play football and all of that. But when it comes to details and facts about sports, I don't really know.
Yeah.
But then I made that content. And then funny enough, like 1 month later, that content just blew up. I had an email from a producer on a Premier League show. And I didn't even believe that it was real.
Interesting.
Yes, I didn't even believe that it was real. But then I answered them. So I think that the email came on Tuesday. They said the interview will be on Friday via Zoom. And I didn't tell anyone because I was scared that Charlie,
it wasn't even
sometimes
real.
Be real. But the whole thing was live. So Friday we did the interview. And then when I went on Instagram, people were tagging me. I was like, what they go on? Not knowing people were watching.
Oh, okay.
So they videoed it on their phone and they tagged me. And then that's when I went out to tell people that this happened. So that moment, it really paid me. Because if I had told people, say this
more
and this,
people would have seen it.
But I feel like it's one of the biggest thing that have happened.
Interesting.
When I started creating this content thing.
So you've done different types of content.
Yes.
Which one do you think is closest to who you are?
I think it's history.
Okay.
Yes, history. I won't say closer to who I am because some people see me to be a funny guy. Me, I don't see myself to be a funny guy.
But you still put a funny twist when you're talking about the history.
Yes. The reason why I did that was because even though when I started the history thing, I found out that people like the history. But it's because it's too serious. They don't like it. That's why we love movies that tell the same story.
Yeah.
But then we will not like documentary that tell the same story. So I decided to blend the two.
Means I'm going to start telling history, but mind to be serious, but I'm not funny.
You see, yes. So I decided to blend. When I'm saying the history, then I'll say something funny small. So sometimes people will find that when I'm speaking the English, I'm saying it raw like the Ghanaian would say it. Some direct English, not too correct, not too... I'm trying to take out all those big English that people avoid when it comes to history.
Yeah.
Yes, and the difficult part about my whole job is like, I'm converting the history 30 minutes because you don't want to watch 30 minutes documentary. You came to me.
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to compress everything to 2 minutes, 1 minute, so that you enjoy me. Yes. So the history really tells a lot about me. And one thing that helped me a lot is when I'm telling the history, maybe about a particular area, because I've lived the bougie lives more, I've lived the broke lives more, I've lived in certain areas, I'm able to explain these things like I'm there. Yes. So some of these stories, and I'm saying that people will say like, now were you there? You just read the thing, you are saying it like you are there. But that is how I decide to narrate it to people. And funny enough or lucky enough, people enjoy the way I do my history. People do history online. A lot of people do. Lots of people.
But yours is unique.
It's just, yes, I don't know what's so unique, but people find mine unique and I'm so lucky.
I mean, I think what is unique is that you're just being you.
Yes.
You are not trying to do it the way anybody else does it. That's the funny thing. I don't think there's anyone who's unique who thinks they're being unique.
Unique, yes.
To them, they're just being them. So anyone who's not coming out as unique, it's rather because you're trying to do
someone
it
else.
like someone else.
Yes. Yes.
Like every time I sit here, I just talk. I just do it the same way. Like if the cameras were off, we would be having the exact same conversation.
Yes,
so,
exactly. So that's the same way that I chose the history thing. And one thing too I discovered when I started the history thing, I realized there are lots of things that they sugarcoated it in classrooms.
Yeah.
Yes, because
sometimes they even twisted it completely.
Yes. So I'll read something and I'll go and see something. I'm like, this thing will be like this way, then tell we different way.
Yeah.
Although it's because they thought we were children. But I don't think it's the right way.
No,
there are lots of things that they covered.
Right now, you've opened the Pandora's box. Let me go there. Mm-hmm. Do you think our educational system twisted our history to sort of indoctrinate us the wrong way?
Yes, a lot. A lot. There are lots of things that, because of politics, they had to cover it. There are lots of things that because they think it's too exposed for the children, so we should cover it. You know, come to think of it, something like, let me say, sex. You can't discuss sex with an African parent. It's very difficult. Yeah. So when you take that one, for example, there are sorts of things that they'll cover in the books. Do not put the details there. They're expecting that when you grow, you go and do your research. And we too, the way the system, when you grow, you're looking for a job. You don't
have time to go and do the research.
You understand me? Yes. So when I found this part, I felt like, this is me. Because me naturally, me painful. Yes. When you tell me something, I'll take it too. But me myself, I'll go and do research about it. Yes. So when I found this, I was like, okay, this is me.
So what are some parts in our history that you've done research and realized that they twisted the story small?
Hey, this one, a lot of it. Okay, let me take one person like Kwame Nkrumah. A lot of things about that man, they didn't tell us.
Tell me some.
Oh, like how he was overthrown, the process, how the CIA, got in the heads of some of our leaders and they overthrew this man, the plans that he had, and all of that. They don't never tell you. Even, what's the name? Kwame Nkrumah, how he even came to Ghana. There are lots of stories. There's this documentary, I think this information about Kwame Nkrumah, it's called The Circle.
Okay.
That's one, I think it was a group he was in. Yes, with a lot of people before he came to Ghana. And these people, they were recruiting a lot of people who had like political influence. These people, they'll talk to them. All they were doing is trying to create a Pan-African, like where Africans will come together and all of that.
Yeah.
But people don't know about that kind of story.
Interesting.
You realize Kwame Nkrumah, he had links and relationship with other people. Like this, there's this sheikh who came to pray before they built the Akosombo Dam.
Okay.
Those stories, you never hear them. Like, there are lots of stories. I don't know where to start and where to end, but there are lots of stories to the Kwame Nkrumah story. Like a simple history. The costume Kwame Nkrumah wore on the podium, where he announced the independence. This is something you should have told us that.
Yeah.
The cap he was wearing was prison graduates. This Batakari that he got it from the northern side when someone soiled his white shirt and then they gave it to him as a gift. Those people on the podium, we don't even know them.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who don't know
who they are.
Yes, but we have Big Six. And the Big Six, too, when you read their story, all of them, I don't know, but let me get into it. The Big Six, when you read into their story, you find out that there's no Big Six. Because most of them sold out.
Yeah.
Most of them sold out.
They sold out.
There are people who were like, Charlie, Kwame Nkrumah not pray too much. To me. Yes, and Kwame Nkrumah to take, when they caught them, all of them remove their hand. They say they don't know what is going on. And Kwame Nkrumah learned how to take this one. But right now, there's Big Six. The Big Six title was just a headline that they give to them.
Yeah.
But now it has become something that is on our money, currency, and all of that.
Yeah.
And for me, at a point, I used to say that they should take down that image. But I feel like it's history that we know. We read about them. We don't know the entire story. Maybe some of those people contributed a lot, but they are not in there. Someone like me, for me, the Big Six, if you ask me to choose Big Six, someone like Pa Grant is not in there.
True.
You find people like, example like Okoeje, who be standing rope or play, Big Six are, you can't get explanation, but they are there. The Independence Day, all these people were nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
But Big Six Nebani, and me, I have no problem with that because Ghana, if you try to fix something, it's like Obiaa just said,
they will attack you rather.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Becca see the engine is it hasn't done any harm to anyone. Till the engine is So this part that I chose, history, I try to educate people. Saying yes, sir. And I like it when I say something, people come to the comment section like, Charlie, it's not like that. This I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Because we are focusing on history.
Yeah.
We are learning it. People say a lot of things. Some people, when they come at you, they don't say it in a nice way. But I understand. And I like the fact that we are discussing it over there. And one thing that people don't get is that history is like my point of view. The one thing that it has to be in common is facts. But then maybe it can come like, for example, you are here. Someone came from here to slap you.
Yeah.
When I was here, I saw him come to slap you. But someone was outside, saw that the guy was coming with a knife.
Yeah.
He put the knife down, came to slap you. So the description will be different. But at the end of the day, there was a slap.
Yes.
Yes.
So that fact needs to stay the same.
That's one thing that history has to be. So when people come to me in the comment section and say some things, I don't even get mad at them.
Let me test your knowledge on history that has been twisted small. Do you know the full story of Yaa Asantewaa?
Okay. Yes. I know the basic facts.
Not the one that was taught in school. The additional facts. Do you know those ones?
Additional facts.
Yeah.
Okay. I know the white people, a leader came and asked to sit on the golden stool, and she stood up and said that no, she's not going to agree, and it was a disrespect. She said that the leaders were supposed to stand up and fight for themselves. So the white man. And one thing that people really believe is that, okay, that one, I won't say it's a fact, but I don't believe that Yaa Asantewaa led a war like she stood in front and fought like with them. But I believe she fired the gun. Yes, she sparked the war. But I don't believe that she fought like every man fought. Yes, but the reason why we praise her is because she stood up when all the men were quiet. That is one fact that I know. And I know.
Do you know what led up to it? Have you heard about the Anglo-Ashanti wars that lasted about 100 years?
Yes, I've heard about those stories too. There are lots of things about. Okay, there's this one that I heard. Nah, for that one I'm not sure, so I'll keep it to myself because the Ashanti people. Sometimes they don't take things in a certain way. They are my people, but they'll come at you.
Look at me as Santino, so maybe they'll come at me too.
Yes, but this one is because I don't have facts. I won't say it at all because someone will cut the video small, go post for somewhere, talk say let's do it. But for that one, I keep to myself. But for Yaa Asantewaa, I know the basics. I don't really know into it. There are a few things that I know.
So the thing about the Yaa Asantewaa story is, there is the heroic part. There is the fact that she stood up when everybody was quiet.
Yeah.
But the part they don't add to the story when they are telling you is why everyone was quiet.
Okay.
The part they don't add is the fact that the Ashanti and British war had gone on for about 100 years.
Yes. Okay.
And the Ashanti had a strategy that they kept using against the British that kept working. I don't know if you've ever heard the term Okuma Pema Pemba.
Yes.
If you kill 1,000, 1,000 more will come. Because they had this strategy that they used to hide under the earth and, they would disguise themselves. So when the British are coming to fight them, they don't actually see how big the army is.
Before they know, they'll just...
Yes. Okay. So they kept losing battles and they didn't understand. Okay. So eventually they paid someone who revealed the strategy.
Kwame Tia. A certain man, Kwame Tia or something.
That's the name, man.
Yes.
I actually never knew the name, so thank
Kwame
you.
Tia. Kwame Tia. Yeah, I think that's the name, Kwame Tia. They say he was the one who pointed the secrets about the Ashantis to the people.
Exactly.
Yeah, Kwame Tia, I think that's the name.
So when that happened, the Ashantis lost the battle.
Yes.
So at the time when the British wanted to fully dominate and now say they'll sit on the golden stool and everything, at that point in time, they didn't have a strategy to win. And this was
the British?
Yes. The Ashantis.
The Ashantis
didn't have a strategy to win.
Okay.
This was the first time they had been defeated in a very big way.
Okay.
So the conversations that were being had, it's not as clear-cut as it's put.
Yes.
The conversations that were being had was on, let's retreat, let's re-strategize.
Then go back again.
And then go back again. Whereas Yaa Asantewaa was like, no. You guys are being cowards.
Cowards, yeah.
We need to go back now. We are the Ashantis. We are strong enough. Let's go fight and let's go win.
Okay.
And you're right on the fact that she's not a warrior. She was the queen mother. First of all, she was over 60
years, yes.
Yeah. So she's the queen mother. So she inspired them to go and fight. She didn't lead them.
Yeah, but we will figure some Cynthia.
Thank you. And then the funniest part of the story that they don't tell you, because the British are the ones who wrote the story for us, is that battle, which she inspired them to go and fight, was the final battle that made the British colonize Ghana.
Okay.
Because they hadn't been able to capture the Ashantis yet.
Yes.
So when they went for that final battle inspired by her and lost completely, where she was now exiled and everything,
Seychelles.
the British took over. So her brave action
was not so brave enough.
And that is what made us be colonized.
Yeah. Okay, yes, I get it.
Do you get it?
I get it. And it's true. It's true.
So sometimes you have to ask yourself, so like Yaa Asantewaa was a great person. She was very brave to stand up in such a difficult time. Yeah. But sometimes you have to ask yourself why our educational system, which was given to us by the victor, and the victor wasn't us, is celebrating the one person whose actions led to our colonization. And is not celebrating the people who in over 100 years kept defeating them.
Okay, so what I'll say to defend our people is, you see the way sometimes when you read about let's say the British people, they try to sugarcoat some of the stories about their heroes.
Yeah.
Even though it's not true, they'll try to make it look heroic like it happened. I think that was what they were trying to do. If that's what I'm thinking. I don't know if it's true.
I mean, we have to celebrate our people.
Yes. I
only just always wonder why we don't celebrate the rest as much.
Yes, because there are lots of people. You see, there's one story I read about.
Do you get me?
There's this one man I read about the Nkrumah people. This story that I read, they said there were 4 actually. I think the Ashantis were going for a war. And they consulted the oracle who told them that before they win the war, they had to sacrifice 4 people.
Oh.
One man, that video is there right now. When you go there, there's one man that he had to bury. He will carry the weapons, bury alive, and he will carry the weapons. And in the pots, they'll cook like medicine where the people used to bath.
Wow.
And one person too will go to the war, but then he will die at the war front. And one person too, they had to cut his meat into pieces and spread it across the cities.
Wow.
Yes, and there's one too who they say will go to the war, but then when he returns, he will die 1 week later.
Ish.
Yes, so that man, when you go to the Mensah Palace, there's a certain seat beside Asantewaa. No one sits on that seat. When Asantewaa is not around, he is around. That story, you barely hear it, but it's there.
So.
Yes. I found out, I was like, really? This story is not really out there like that. You never hear it.
I mean, there's so many stories that I think one thing that Africans haven't done too well at is telling our own stories.
The most painful thing in this world.
Yes.
You see, the most painful thing is you will see movies that relate to our stories, and now people will be like, you know, we want our story, then still no. You're not telling your story.
Yes.
Let me use one example. This Superman guy who came. Superman look-alike. He's not even Superman. Superman look-alike who came.
Yeah.
And came to meet the Asantewaa.
Oh, Charlie.
Imagine, I said in the video that imagine we had like portrayed Kweku Anansi well.
Thank you.
Kweku Anansi could have been in Disneyland.
Oh wait, but you know Kweku Anansi is in Marvel, right?
Yes.
Kweku Anansi was actually
Spider-Man.
used, as a character in the Spider-Verse.
Yes, that's one thing people don't know. Kweku Anansi's story, it traveled from Ghana to Jamaica. Jamaica, it became popular over there, went to America.
Yeah. Because also in this series, American Gods, they used Kweku Anansi as a god. He was an African god.
Really?
Yeah. So the entire series is about the different gods that had come to America from different cultures. Yes. So there was a Mexican one, there were different gods. So the god that came from Africa, they called him Kweku Anansi.
You see,
he was a trickster god.
You see, there are lots of stories. This cartoons, Captain Planet.
Yeah.
Yes. There's a part of the story where the reason why they were defending people were the what's the name, Chef? The killers, no. Yes. The killers, no. They were supposed to attack a certain mountain and take something. And the person who was supposed to defend them, the first warrior was from Ghana.
Okay.
Like the place I think was in Ghana or something. When I read a story or something like that. There's details to the story.
Yeah.
But I think there's a real story behind the whole thing. I was trying to read, further, but then man caught further, but I realized there was a true story behind the whole thing. When you look at Black Manta like this, there are lots of cultures about Ghana that was portrayed in there.
Yes.
But we never focused both the part 1 and the part 2.
Yeah.
Yes. I actually did one video about when Killmonger went to the museum.
Okay.
And they were showing him the mask they are taking. They were displaying at the museum. They said one is from the Bobo Shanti from Ghana. Okay. They say Bobo Shanti tribe from Ghana. And I was like, Bobo Shanti tribe is never from Ghana. Yes, they were inspired by the Ashanti people, but it was established in Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and that mask they were talking about is not even from Ghana. It's from Burkina Faso.
But they just took parts of the knowledge from here, part of it from here, and put it together.
But the mask is a real one. It was just a clone in the movie, but it's from Burkina Faso.
So why can't we use our own stories and tell them in this beautiful way? I always ask myself that. We have such powerful stories.
Very, 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 very ones that tongue cry a bit much was baby.
Thank you.
But we don't like it.
You know, and I believe that's one thing that the West has done very, very well.
Yes.
Like, why do we know Zeus and Hercules and Thor and Odin? These are their gods. Yes. These are the Greek gods, the Norse mythology.
That they believed in.
Yes, they believed in those things. Why do they have movies about them and we see Thor and we think, hey, Thor is a hard guy?
I don't know.
Who's going to do a movie about Nogopo?
Nobody. And you know the funny part, you know Nogopo is not even a god.
Yeah, Nogopo is just justice.
Yes. I heard Nogopo is the name of the town.
Yeah.
They say the meaning is, will you stay in peace?
Oh, okay.
Yes, the name of the god, something Jakarta. Maybe I don't know, I beg you. But the real name of the god is there. But the reason why people know...
Please put in the comments the real name of the god. I need to know this.
They say Nogopo is just the place, but the god is there. And that place, you can't steal over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, someone can leave the phone over here, go, and the phone will be there.
Yeah.
There are lots of stories over here. There's this one about this god. Okay, yes. This is not even a god. It's not from Ghana. But, okay, let me ask you. What do you know about Marijata?
Actually, I don't know the story behind it.
But what have you heard in Ghana?
I mean...
So because Marijata, what do you hear?
Scary.
Yes. But Marijata has nothing to do with that.
Okay.
Marijata is Sundiata Keita, the guy who established the Mali Empire before this man, the gold guy.
Before Mansa Musa.
Mansa Musa.
Yeah.
Mansa Musa being grandchild.
Oh, okay.
The Sundiata, no? His nick is not...
no Sundiata.
Was Marijata.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
I never knew that.
Nope. Even this one, I think this one made... When I did that content, Fuse made a song about it.
Yeah, that's okay.
He has a song called Sundiata.
Yeah.
Yes. So Sundiata is called Marijata. And that Mami water they are talking about, the Mami water, and it was a cult that came from Sierra Leone. Yes, it was a cult that they were practicing. And they instead of worshiping the gods that they know, someone created something from India.
Interesting.
A performer used to perform with snakes. So most of the time when you see that Mami water sculpture, it's a design of some snake performer be in India.
Interesting.
They created it and brought it, and some people over here were worshiping them.
Our history has been so twisted up.
Yes. So when you go to church, you hear me, you know, be anybody. Somebody where he fights giving kingdom. You are here praying against the person. These are some of the stories that you never hear. Very, very interesting stories.
So how do you find out all this information? Research.
You see, it's research. And the most interesting part and good part about the whole thing is that we don't have to go to the library.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unlike those days where you had to go encyclopedia, find a library with all the hidden knowledge.
Right now, you just click something. I put out a lot of information and people are like, where you go get this info?
Yeah.
Charlie, it just be Google.
Yeah,
It did there. There are informations that I have to go into details. Sometimes I create just 2 minutes content and it takes me 2 weeks. It's not because I don't get the information. I've gotten the information, but I'm supposed to summarize the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Summarize it into 2 minutes. Because when you leave there, someone will say, you forgot this part.
Yeah.
So I have to make sure that I've said everything, not everything, but the most important thing about the whole story.
Yeah.
In Africa, we have a lot of stories that when we say we are putting it out there, trust me, people will love the continent. They'll love to come here.
Because we have a rich culture.
Rich
history.
Very rich history.
You know, some of these amazing stories that I keep hearing. And here's the funny thing about our stories, especially the spiritual stories. when you say the spiritual stories, it sounds like, hey, this one there,
We
this one
before.
there. But then we are hearing other people's spiritual stories.
And we are happy.
And we are happy. Like somebody is telling you about how all the Vikings were fighting so that they'll die in war and go to Valhalla. So that when they go to Valhalla, they and Odin and Thor would celebrate for.
But you're here if they talk about this guy, this giant, Kobby name. Oh, there's this giant they just revealed in Kumasi. I've forgotten the name. Really? Oh, very interesting story. They say he was a giant in the Ashanti Kingdom.
Okay.
And his stories, you barely hear them. Yes, people whisper about them, but you barely hear. It was just recently that they unveiled this giant about him. I've forgotten the name. They pay me well. And there was this story about giants in the Volta region.
Okay. I haven't heard all this. So.
Yes.
This man is a bundle of information.
There was this giant in the Volta region, and these people from is that Medjofe? No, it's not Medjofe. There's another city over there. They migrated to the Volta region, and when they got there, they met this giant. So they had to find a way to conquer this giant. So what they did was they organized a deba for themselves and the people, and they acted like they were coming to surrender.
Okay.
Instead of that, they offered them food. The giants to eat the food, and the food, they poisoned the food.
Yeah.
So I think the man, according to the man in the documentary, he said the reason why left hand is not mostly allowed in some of the cultures in Ghana is because they put the poison in their nails.
Oh, okay.
In the left hand.
On the left
and
hand.
then they put it in the food for the giant. But then when those times when you give someone a gift, they are supposed to test it. You're supposed to taste it
first
and see whether it's healthy. So in order to do that, they have to take one old man among the community who sacrificed himself that, okay, I'll do it.
He'll die.
If this is what is going to happen for us to win the war, then we'll do it. And then they sacrificed the old man. And because of this one, they were able to wipe out a lot of those giants.
Interesting.
Those giant story is real, but people barely talk about it. People like the Guan people, like this, you barely hear their story. But these are the first ethnic group to settle in Ghana.
Yeah.
Most of our languages that we speak over here, the reason why you hear some language in Ghana and you hear the same thing in Twi, it's not like they copy them all. It's because of the Guan language.
Okay.
All of us came out of that. We developed our language out of that one. So you find some words similar. Obiaa said, Nkrumah don't copy it, but it's not like that. Some of the languages the Ghana people speak, they copied it from the Portuguese. The Twi people. Like something like onion. The Ghana people call it sabulai. Sabulai is a Portuguese word.
Oh, okay.
There are a lot of words like preco. Preco is not a tree. It's not tree.
Yeah.
It's porco. Porco in Portuguese. When you search for the name of pig in Portuguese, it's porco.
Interesting.
When it's something like pano is Portuguese. It's not tree.
Interesting.
So there are lots of our words. There are lots of stories, history. You don't even know where to start. There was a point that I tweeted on X that I posted on X that, Charlie, at this point, some of this history, myself, I will give up. Because it's you post the content and someone will send you some DM of some details, a lot of details that you are like, so this one day there. An example is like this guy, this man who was Kwame Nkrumah's right hand. I've forgotten the name. The Sakura man. Bedema. Yes. Okay. Bedema. I recently put out a certain, no, not recently, I think like 2 months or 3 months ago. You know, we all know that CIA inspired the coup against Kwame Nkrumah.
But we don't know.
But have you seen the document before?
No, I haven't. No.
I had to post it on Instagram, Twitter. And people were like, plenty. I understood the reason why people didn't read the document.
Because
it's plenty. It's like dictionary. I had to take my time to read it, very long time to read it, before I understood what really happened.
So tell me, what really happened?
Oh, I can't give you all the details, but I know.
Say you are good at 2-minute summary.
Okay, so let me summarize the whole thing. So there were leaders in the Bedema like this. Bedema was a very tight person of Kwame Nkrumah. Bedema is the reason why Kwame Nkrumah won the election, 1951 election.
Okay.
He was in prison, but Bedema told the people that Kwame Nkrumah had a vision. Bedema printed. They even tried to bribe him, and that money he used to buy T-shirts, make a very big image of Kwame Nkrumah, portrait of him, and went across the country telling people to vote for Kwame Nkrumah. Yes. So when he did that for Kwame Nkrumah, when Kwame Nkrumah came out of prison, yes, he saw how he was released first. First of all, they were in prison already. They have been to prison countless times. That's how they got the name prison graduates. But when Kwame Nkrumah was coming out, he thought that when Bedema was coming out of prison, they didn't welcome him well.
Okay.
So he went to print that cap where they wrote the prison graduates. So that's how Kwame Nkrumah got that cap that he used at the Independence Square.
Interesting.
The prison graduate. He gave it to him and he came out. Bedema, he did a lot of things for Kwame Nkrumah. I think it got to a certain time that he felt like, you see, Kwame Nkrumah was like a visionary leader. And he was investing a lot of money in Ghana. He was doing a lot of things. And Bedema was like, no, Kwame Nkrumah, actually, they waste a lot of money in the investment too much.
Yeah.
So he decided, he spoke about it, and then the way he spoke about it wasn't right. So actually, they asked him to step aside.
Step down. Okay.
Yes. And because of that, he went to...
Big mind.
Yes. And before that, he was a man who used to go to the US and everything. The dam that they built like this, he went to America to have a conversation and everything. He was part of the major thing.
Okay.
And that Akosombo dam, I feel like they for do movies about that, but that would be for another, because there are lots of stories. People had to die. They had to bury villages under the Akosombo dam.
Oh.
But that's for another story. Bedema played a very crucial role, but it's just at the end that some things go to his head. They gave him money. At some point, when they sent him on exile, he was meeting in Togo with people, according to the documentary. He was meeting with Togo. The people who conspired against Kwame Nkrumah. Boujee was part. A lot of people, those people who did the fair school, Nkrumah, those people, they were part. So they decided to fund the people over here. Before that, they had tried Kwame Nkrumah like countless times. There's this one name that they use in Northern Region. They celebrate it over there. The day they tried to bomb Kwame Nkrumah, that it doesn't work. That's just one of it. Kwame Nkrumah, they tried to kill him like 4 times.
So many times, yeah.
And Kwame Nkrumah too, he wasn't a guy that had only one religion or one spiritual source. If you be Malam, you want help, he go take you.
Yeah.
Up to now, people don't know that Kwame Nkrumah had this Muslim mat in his place. People don't know. The Sheikh was the one who gave it to him. You see, there's this story, they say Kwame Nkrumah kofa bosumbi fi way by. Yes, there's some truth to the story, but it's not entirely true.
Okay.
Yes. So Kwame Nkrumah was the guy who was open. He loved the traditional way of things. Yes. So the Bedema people, they were meeting in Togo. He and the people, they came from America to meet in Togo. Now they decided to supply weapons, because right now they tried everything. Because Kwame Nkrumah had a spiritual protection, when he's going somewhere, according to the story, when he's going somewhere, he had this malam. I don't know whether you see the Muslim people, they have this man, this sheikh that he has a white beard that they put on their chain.
Yeah.
Most of the time when it's also on church, you see him too. Yes. So he will tell Kwame Nkrumah that don't go here. When you go here, this thing will happen.
Interesting.
Yes. So they missed Kwame Nkrumah a lot, and now they decided to paint him black to Ghanaians. So they told Kwame Nkrumah that Kwame Nkrumah, or she pisca the court, he's blowing our money, trying to paint them black to Ghanaians. So when the conversation was rising, people were accepting the fact that Kwame Nkrumah is actually a bad person.
Yeah.
They started saying that Kwame Nkrumah, he wants to be the only president. Because when he talked about the one-party state that he was introducing, people said, oh, he's an antichrist. So when you realize the documentary, they've written Kwame Nkrumah Bonsam, Kwame Nkrumah Antichrist, and all of those things. They tried to paint him black. And that's why they got a chance. The CIA people they started entering places. And then the coup happened. So before Kwame Nkrumah was about to travel, Kwame Nkrumah, you know about the coup. People don't know about this thing. So he suspected the coup before he went.
So that's even part of why he went.
So that's not the reason why he went. Before he was about to go, he knew.
Okay.
So before he even landed where he was going, they told him that a coup has happened. So he knew. So the people who did the coup, they had plotted it. They were being funded by the CIA. They were being given weapons and all of that. And you realize after the coup happened, just 3 years or I think 4 years, there was another coup. Yes. Those people they were together, but because one people decided to counter the power, another people also took over. They took the power from Yaa Asantewaa was the first, and then I think Boujee followed or something like that. Yes. So there are lots of stories. The story in there,
So why aren't we sharing these stories more? Is it that we are not interested? Is it that we don't want to research and find out these stories?
I feel like Ghana, we like soft life.
Yeah.
Challenges, you can remember how much.
Anytime.
Yes, we feel like, you see this, there was this story this trending topic about the girl who went to school They had to cut her hair. Yes. And people were saying that Massa, for a long time, they have been going to school and they have been cutting their hair. Why is it that now you wanted to keep a Massa? They shouldn't do all of that.
Do you have history on how the cutting hair started?
Well, I think I already did a content about it like 3 months before the issue happened.
Oh, okay.
I talked about the reason why they cut their hair. The whole thing, to summarize the whole thing started in the castle.
Okay.
That's when the school started. So at that time, there were mulattoes. I don't know whether you know what a mulatto is. Mulatto is like a Ghanaian who had married or given birth with someone from Europe.
Okay.
So you hear someone, me like this when I was growing up, my father used to say, "Waso se mulatto join." I didn't understand.
So Halfco used to be.
Halfco.
Okay.
Yes, those are the mulattoes. So at the castles, the mulattoes were allowed to keep their hair, but to separate them from the indigenes were to cut their hair.
Oh, okay.
That's where the whole thing started. And even before that, we all know that slavery, before you get on the ship, they have to cut your hair.
Yeah.
They will not allow you to take your hair on that. So, but for the school one, it started in the castles. And then it became something, when the school thing started, we had Ghanaians who owned schools. But then even though they owned the school, because of the British influence over here, they were taking some of the rules. I mean, our educational system is
formed by the British.
Yes. Yeah. So this thing, I think it mixed up. And for now, people think it's okay. People think it's normal. Massa, everyone cuts their hair, so it's normal. They have made us look like, when this conversation, right, people are like, Massa, it's too tough to keep a black hair. The person has to go to a salon and all of that. And I'm like, do you know how difficult it is to keep someone who is white their hair?
Yeah.
Black body, your hair can be like that and you not wash it and it will not do anything.
Yeah.
But someone who is white, you see their hair and you know that it takes a lot. But
if they knew the history behind it, then it wouldn't even be an argument. They'll understand where it's coming from.
Some people were saying that there had to be salons on campuses and all of that in order to keep the whole thing going. And I understand. So the vibe I'm getting is, you say a wrong, but it will take a lot of time and a lot of money.
Yeah. But have they ever considered that it's difficult for black women to keep their hair because they didn't grow up maintaining it?
See, this is the same thing I said.
Yeah.
They said the school is going to be difficult. And I'm like, if the school is not teaching us how to keep ourselves or our hair from the scratch, then what's the purpose of the school? We go to school and we are learning the name of this president in Australia.
Oh.
Things that will not... You go to school and they'll draw a fish diagram. They'll tell you to label the fish.
I remember when I learned about amoeba.
Yeah.
The most painful part of the lesson was when they said you can only see amoeba in an electron microscope. And there's no electron microscope in Ghana.
So why say you didn't learn about
Why had to go meet this guy for?
There are lots of things that we learn in school. And I'm like, they tell you that when you go to the capital cities of those cities, Obiaa, someone knew the capital cities of every country. But on Togo. So I didn't know and all the other.
Yeah.
I guess it's knowledge.
But we don't make it practical.
Yes.
And what we've done is we've taken Western culture. We've taken things that benefit their culture and we are being forced.
We are practicing it. That's one thing that has really worried Africa. Because one thing about Kwame Nkrumah that people didn't know, when he fought for... You see, one thing about people didn't know, when Kwame Nkrumah was coming to Ghana, he didn't want to come. He didn't want to come. But because they were fighting for a Pan-African, like Africa to be together, they told him that you have to start from somewhere. That is why he came.
Yeah.
Because over there, they were fighting for different countries. He wanted to go to another country, but then they told him to come. So when he got to Ghana and he got the independence for Ghana, he was trying for Africa to be connected.
And can you imagine how powerful we
would become?
Been? Like right now, it would be a country of 1.3 billion people, right?
Look at America. The reason why we look at America as it's because they are united.
Yeah. USA, United States of Africa.
This is one thing that, you see, he started the journey.
Yeah.
He started the journey to get that thing going. And you know how the coup even happened? He wrote a book about imperialism.
Yeah.
New imperialism. And this book that he wrote, 1 month later, exactly 1 month later, they overthrew him.
Oh, of course. Because at a point, he started to realize that, especially when he started working with the Russians, and it started to look like, wait, this man is trying to unite all of Africa.
It's not working. And I watched this movie. I think I did a content about it. I watched this movie. It's a series actually. It's called The Crown.
Okay.
They were telling the story about Queen Elizabeth. And they told the reason why Queen Elizabeth came to Ghana. That dance that he had with Kwame Nkrumah. People thought it was not just a dance.
Yeah.
Kwame Nkrumah was leaning towards the Soviet Union. They thought he was leaning towards the Soviet Union.
Okay.
So they had to come and do something to let him stay.
Yeah.
That's why he done, because they didn't even support the dance. Every story, every detail of the story is in that movie.
Okay.
Even when that movie came out, they had to ask them to take a lot of things out.
Okay.
Because they thought it's exposing a lot of things. But that story is actually there. When Kwame Nkrumah was fighting for Africa to be together, people were like, okay, so if Africa come together, who will be the president?
Yeah.
You see, these are common. So there's this video when they asked Kwame Nkrumah, would you like to be or can you be the president of Africa? And he answered that, no, for me, I'm too small. I cannot be the president of Africa. These are visionaries that he did not see, people did not see.
Yeah.
And Kwame Nkrumah was a certain man that when another country in Africa needs help, he will send them money to help. But people saw it like he was, or they took offshore accounts now, blow. These are our people. Now, years later, we have roads, we have bridges, we have a lot of buildings that are built by Kwame Nkrumah that we are using now.
Yeah.
You can't even name one thing that was built by a certain leader that we are using now.
And that's the amazing thing, though. Every time I'm passing by something that Nkrumah built or something that he did, I'm like, wow, we are over 60 years in, and he's still a visionary.
Yes, all the things that he did. There are things that, could you believe that at some point we were making our own radios?
Yeah.
We were making our own TVs. We were making shoes and exporting them to Netherlands. We were making bottles. We have a glass factory.
Yeah.
We were making our own sugar.
Have you been to Red Cave before?
No.
You have to go there.
Where is it?
It's in Tamale, Ibrahim Muhammad's place.
That building that they've designed it with, I've seen the video, but I've never been there.
When you go there, you see the history, you read on Nkrumah, you see some of the things that Ghanaians were doing in that era. It is amazing what we were capable of that we are suddenly no longer capable of. When I think about the Ghana story, it reminds me of how, NASA went to the moon and now they've lost the technology to go back.
I saw a video about the NASA thing, and there was this man, they said he was part of the team that, helped the team to go to the NASA. And one woman asked, it was a man, he asked him that this is a Bible. Swear that you people went to the moon. And he said he was looking at him, he didn't say anything, and then he went. I was like, you people now go expose your body. You see, they made us believe a lot of things that were like, hey, Kosiboni, they obey to my yo. But there are a lot of things that black people even did that they don't know. One particular country is like Jamaica. I've done countless content about Jamaica and how we are linked. There are some people who say that the name Jamaica is Jamaica. That story, I don't have facts, so I don't believe. But one thing that Jamaicans believe and they know is that Asantis, the Fantis, a lot of Ghanaians played a crucial role in forming the country.
Okay.
Stonebwoy made a video.
That's why Ghana we like reggae like that.
You realize, let me give you 3 things. Look at the Asante flag, the Kumerican flag, and look at the Jamaican flag.
But the Jamaican flag and the Ghanaian flag are the same colors.
That one put there are a lot of difference. Look at Kumerican flag and look at Jamaican flag. The same thing.
Okay.
The only thing is that there's a cross, but the colors and everything came from the Ashanti.
Yeah.
They have the Bobo Shanti, one of the biggest Rastafarian thing it was inspired by the Ashantis.
Yeah.
The Bobo was like a Boboche, a rap.
Okay.
And the Ashanti was inspired by the people. When you go there, the pidgin that we speak over here, the reason why we have a different tonation or accent from the Nigerians is because when they went over there, when we went, the Liberians who came over here, there were some people who were called the Crews. I don't know whether you have heard about them.
No.
They brought the pidgin to
Ghana.
To Ghana, not just Ghana. They settled. There were black people from Liberia. Liberians were American people, the black people who were sent them back.
Yeah.
So these Crew people, they were people who were very good at sailing. So unlike the normal Ghanaians, the normal Africans who were slaves, the Crew people were never treated as slaves.
Oh, okay.
They used to sail. So because of that, they saw a lot of things that the white people did. So when you talk about the high life, I think I've made a video about the high life like this.
Yeah.
A major part that started the high life came from the Crew people.
Interesting.
Which was the palm wine music. They brought it to Ghana and we learned it. Let me talk about the pidgin. The Crew people, because they live with the white people, they couldn't speak the English.
Okay.
So they were speaking some sort of broken English. And then because they were at the shores, our people started learning that kind of English. Because Nigerians have different accents and different tribes and all of that, they learned a different way of the pidgin. Okay. And then we had our way. So our pidgin that our people learned, the slaves, because they wanted to understand what the white people were saying and communicate in a way that they didn't understand.
Yeah.
They learned the pidgin over here and took it to Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
So from the pidgin, it formed the Creole over there.
Okay,
and then the Creole is what became the patois. So the pidgin started like, at the go, at the come. But then the Creole was like, as they were giving birth, the children were they were going to school. Because they were going to school, they started adding vocabularies. That formed the Creole.
Yeah.
And then the patois came. The patois became like the official language.
Interesting.
The basic meaning of patois is like, it's like, patois is a French word. It's just like, how, I don't know how to say it, like informal way of a language. Patois is not really like one thing. Patois, but it's just because Jamaica, they champion the whole thing. So that's why they formed the patois. So I think Stonebwoy made a video where he said the tree is very similar to the patois. And he gave a certain example that people were like, hey, then our Stonebwoy, okay. I don't know whether you see that video.
I haven't seen it too.
Or he said something and he made some example and they were like, then okay. But let me give you a typical example. When you go to Jamaica, you hear someone say, me I go here. I'm very...
Yeah, me I go here.
Me I go. We are Ghanaian. So, Kobby, you are back.
Me I go here.
Me koha. Even cheap. Me koha.
Okay. Yeah, true. The use of the subject, I get it.
So there are lots of things that you when you look at Jamaica like this, one person who fought for the black people over there, the nanny of the Maroons. You barely hear this. So I don't know whether you know about her. So nanny of the Maroons, nanny of the Maroons is like 10 times of Yaa Asantewaa. She actually fought.
Okay.
She was taken from Ghana. But her name is what is lost. But the one that people know is the nanny of the Maroons.
Okay.
Some people argue that she was an Ashanti. Some people are arguing that she's Fanti. When they got over there, when they got to Jamaica, she actually fought to escape.
Interesting.
Now, when she escaped, she had brothers. One was called Kujo. Okay. But when you go online, the spelling is Kujo. There was one called Echampon.
Okay.
But online, they couldn't spell it. So Jamaica, when you go there, you find names like Kujo. Instead of the Echampon, they say Akwampon.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And there's this one person too, I've forgotten. So they went to form a certain group they went to the mountains. So they were called the Maroons in Jamaica. So what they did was, at night or when the white people were not aware, they'll visit the plantations and then they'll free the black people.
Interesting.
That's what they were doing. They were invading the plantations and all of that.
Freeing the
so it got to a certain time, the white people got tired and decided to sign peace treaty with them.
Okay.
So they gave them a land. So when you go to Jamaica, there's a place called Nkrumah. Okay. Yes. But the actual spelling is Komante, which is actually in Cape Coast. Because they couldn't pronounce it, they gave it the name Nkrumah. It's actually even a language over there. The typical people speak that language. It's called Komante. But for that, they couldn't mention it, so they say Nkrumah. Wow. Yes. So there are people, because the white people realized that if these people were together, they were powerful. They decided to separate them across Jamaica. So that is when the accent and everything changed. Some of them were actually taken to places like the UK. So you realize when you go to the UK, the roadman accent is similar to the patois, but it's different.
Yeah, there's some similarities
in the patois.
That's why the Jamaicans blend so well over there too.
So there are lots of things that came from Ghana, a lot of stories that people will never tell you.
We need to know our roots. So
yes. When I think I did a video about this man, Prince, England, this one. Is it Prince Charles? Yeah. Prince Charles. He was walking and he saw a certain man who was, I think, there's a vapor or a smoke coming, and he was blowing it on himself. Okay. It's called Obiaa in Jamaica. Yeah. Yes, and people don't understand. The Obiaa came from Ghana. Really? Yes, it came from Ghana. So the slaves who were taken to Jamaica, because when they got there, everyone lost their religion and they had come together. So they had to find a way to form a group. So this one brought their belief that they know. They were trying to fight the white people. So Obiaa said, oh yes, we're powerful. This one brought his own, we're powerful. So it formed the name. Some people believe it's Obiaa. Some people believe it's Beye. That's what they were calling it. So when you go to Jamaica, when you say Obiaa, they think you're a witch. Okay. But it actually came from the Chi word. Interesting. And that process is what Prince Charles saw the man doing. He was actually cleansing himself with this one. And when he got there, he did the same thing and passed. But funny enough, the Obiaa, because the Maroons in Jamaica were using it as empowering themselves to fight against the black. They banned it over there.
Oh, okay.
Yes. When you go to Jamaica, they banned it. They have been fighting for them to reinstall and allow it, but then up to now it has not been allowed.
To make themselves
yes.
powerful.
But the same thing that was banned, we saw the Prince Charles
using it, and it's fine. It's fine when they do. It's when we do.
Yes, it's a problem. So there are a lot of stories that need to
see the beginning
covered.
of this. I told you guys that he's a genius, and he said, "Oh, I'm hyping him too much." But can you see?
These are things that if you know, it will help you. Or I get some guy be way they message me. They tell me say they do animations about our gods. They try to create animation for people to understand what is going on. It's quite unfortunate that people don't focus on those things.
Yeah.
But I just tell them that they should keep doing it.
Yeah.
At the right time.
So, I mean, I can say it here. I'm actually also about to start a series on talking about African stories.
It will be very nice.
Because I feel like we have so much to celebrate.
But we don't.
We don't. And I think a lot of people are lost. A lot of people have forgotten their greatness because they've not heard the stories about the greats before them. Anytime they're telling stories about Africans before, they make it seem like we're suffering. They talk about our losses.
They never talk about what we were doing.
Thank you.
Like when you go to, there's a place called Atomic. They never tell you that Kwame Nkrumah was trying to make them learn how to
to build
they
nuclear
didn't
power.
know.
Yeah.
People don't know. When you go to for instance, the Ashantis, they won't tell you a story that at some point they had to marry Mosi men and Dagomba men so that they could
become
get
stronger for
war.
war.
Story, say you are being disrespectful. But when I did the content, I was glad that I found a video of the Asante king himself saying
the same thing.
That they had to go and take Mosi men to come and marry them just to get someone to be a king.
But I think most of our people have been indoctrinated the wrong way.
Yes.
So what happens is it's not their fault when they are attacking the truth or attacking the history because of what they've been taught. As we're having this conversation, I know this video is going to have a lot of insults.
That one day I know. Someone will cut some small side, they go somewhere. Yes, because there are a lot of this history that I refuse to do it.
Yeah.
Something like the Kente like this. Yes, I recently discovered that Ghana has officially made the Kente a GI product. For a long time, they have now made it. So right now, when you wear the Kente somewhere, they know that the original one is coming from Ghana. We drink champagne and all of those things. These things are GI products of countries. But now I think Ghana officially made it. That Kente story, I was trying to go in details, but then I stopped because the moment I go into details, they will focus on the what I was saying instead of what right now the Kente is achieving. So I intentionally played a video where some kids I think around 1960 or something, they visited the Queen in London. There are lots of kids, and every kid had to mention their name and why they were there. But when Queen Elizabeth got to the Ghanaian kid, he didn't say his name. When the Ghanaian kid was about to say where he's coming from, he said, "No, I know you. Because of the Kente, I know you are coming from Ghana."
Nice.
So I just played that video and talked a little bit about what the GI product is about and all of that. If I had gone into details about where the Kente actually come from, could you believe that they told us that the Kente was inspired by the spider web and those things?
Yeah.
You believe that?
And I mean, that's the story I heard.
Yes, but it's not true.
Okay, so what's the true story?
No.
You can't say it.
No, I don't mean, but we all know. Even the Ashantis and Kasa, they know that the Kente, they know where it comes from.
When the cameras go off, you tell me the story.
Yeah, I'll tell you. They know that the Kente there is from the area people. So,
but a lot of things, I'm coming to say this, an Ashanti that's coming to say this, they'll attack me. A lot of things from the Ashanti Empire were also borrowed from the Ewe Empire.
Because our people, even at some point,
there's a whole debate over it.
Yes.
Can we go into that?
I've never said anything about Konfanochi before.
Can we say it or you people attack us?
They will attack you.
Hey, Mr. Asantewaa.
Yes. They refuse to understand how, at some point, the Ashantis had to collaborate with other tribes to fight some people.
Yeah.
Yes, they collaborated with Northern people. They collaborated with Ewe people.
Yeah.
People don't know all of that.
But there's nothing wrong with that.
They think it's supposed to be like, yes, Yaa Asantewaa. And sometimes I understand. Because when I was doing this content about the independence of Ghana, I realized at some point the Kumasi people were missing. And let me tell you this fact. Okay. So when Kwame Nkrumah was fighting for the independence, some of the Ashantis actually didn't want the white man to go.
Okay.
Some. The reason I'm saying some. And the reason is because they thought when Kwame Nkrumah come to overtake them, some of their privileges will be taken away. So they actually fought for the white man to stay. So when you look at before the 1957 independence was announced, 1951 there was election.
Yeah.
1953 or something, there was another election. 56, a year before this one, there was another election. The 56 election was because the Ashanti said they will not agree. If the independence will be given, then they themselves here. So you mostly hear this phrase, Asante your mind.
Yeah.
Yes.
Asantis wanted to be
on their own. They didn't want to become a part of Ghana.
And also they're disagreeing with West, like the Volta region being added to Ghana.
At first, Ghana was only divided into, I think, 4 regions.
Yeah.
We had the Gold Coast colony, which was Accra and Eastern region. We had the Transvolta, which was the people. We had the Northern Territories, and we had the Ashanti.
Yeah.
Yes. The reason why we have regions now is because, I'll say it because I've done the content about it before. The reason why we have the regions we have now is because the Ashanti said they will not agree for the independence.
Interesting.
Yes. So they sent a petition to the Queen, and they had to send Bede Madams to go to London and go and fight about it. So the condition they gave was that in order for them to agree to the independence, Ghana has to be demarcated into regions.
Okay.
There's a documentary about that scrap online. They have to demarcate into regions, and that is the only reason why.
Okay.
Because Kwame Nkrumah they wanted the independence, they agreed that okay, fine, they will allow. That's why Ghana we have regions. Other than that, we will not even have these plenty regions that we have today.
Yeah.
First it was 10, now it's what 16.
Now 16. Yes. Honestly speaking, I don't know the name of all the 16. No.
Me, I don't know. Every day when they ask me, it's the 10 that I know. The only additional one I can add is OT region.
If you people ever catch me somewhere and say Richie mentioned the 16, I will shine myself.
You don't know. So there are lots of stories. There are lots of history that we need to know. And our people today have to allow themselves to learn.
Yes, we have to allow ourselves to be open to new information.
Yes.
And do research. Like as we are talking about all this, as we've spoken about Kwame Nkrumah, we've spoken about Yaa Asantewaa, we've spoken about all this. There's nothing, the same energy that you will come into the comments and use to insult us. No? You can also go to Google and check. You can go to a library and go and find out. You can ask your grandfather. Go and ask your grandfather.
There are lots of heroes, bro. There are lots of heroes. There's this man called, his local name was Kwawansa, but his real name is, the man who gave the land to build, the land to them for them to build Infantipim, Kabuchi.
Yeah,
he has a real name. You know, that man was actually the reason why Ghana was able to secure their land. Not just Ghana alone, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, and all of that.
Interesting. So
the reason why they formed the Aborigines was because of that man.
Oh, okay.
It got to a certain time, I think around the late 18th, they were introducing bills that were allowed the British people to control the land. Even though we are here, they will control the land. And that man I'm talking about was an illiterate. He was a normal farmer. According to the story, which I don't really believe, they say he was going to a farm and went to discover some gold.
Okay.
And they told him that, the spirit told him that gold, he's supposed to use it to help his people. So he became rich. This guy became very rich. So when that bill sprang up, when he saw that man was an illiterate, they explained it to him. He was like, no, this bill that they are introducing, the land bill, that bill is called the land bill.
Yeah.
It will allow the British to own the land forever. So he said no. You know what this man did? He came up together with, I think Power Grant. No, not Power Grant. Yeah, I think Power Grant and a couple of people to form the Aborigines Right and Protection, this one.
Okay.
And in order for that to even work, that man had to go to London and petition to the Queen. That man used this money to rent a whole ship where they went to this street, Downing Street or something.
Downing Street, yeah.
Yes. To send it to a certain prince, and that prince took it to the Queen. And because of that, they sent the bill back that allowed them, they were not able to pass that bill they wanted to pass.
Interesting.
But that man, you never hear a story. They normally call him Kabuchi. That's why Infantipim is called Kabuchi. It's because of that man.
But they don't tell us the real story.
The real story. That man, when you go to Central Region, Central Region, they celebrate him a lot. But in Ghana, you never hear of that man.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this man played a very crucial role. It was not recently, I think earlier this year, I did a content, I was like, so this man then we never know about him.
Yeah.
There's this man who is the reason why most of these African countries are enjoying internet. He's called the father of the internet.
Really?
Yes. I created a content. He's alive, Paul. It's not even that he's dead.
Hey, Charlie.
He's alive.
We need to share these stories.
I did a content about him. That man is alive. He's the reason why we enjoy the internet. People don't praise that man.
And there are so many stories too that there are conflicting histories that we don't even know what to believe. You know, I was doing a project, right? And one of the people we're talking about in the project was Agokoli.
Yeah.
And then before we put out the project, someone told me, no, Richie, be careful about this project you're putting out. And I was like, why? Then they said, because I know that there's the Ewe story that calls Agokoli the tyrant and the very wicked ruler.
Agokoli, yeah.
Yes, but there's a contrary story where he's not the villain.
I've never read about him before.
Yeah, so I said, what do they mean? So I went to research. So the story we have from those who ran away from Agokoli paints him as the villain. Yeah. But when you go to where Agokoli was, when you go to the village over there, to them Agokoli was a good guy. Yes, to them Agokoli was just somebody who cared so much about his people that he was protecting them from the outside world. He was putting institutions in to protect them from the white man. He was trying to build a strong nation and everything, and they misunderstood him. So there was a disagreement in his way of ruling, not the fact that he was a tyrant, he was an evil person and everything. So there are these two contrasting histories.
Because me, the first time I heard his name, yes, I've heard his name from people.
Yeah.
But when I was reading, I heard his name was about when I was finding out the reason why the Ewe people are called Aigbe people.
Yeah.
Yes. The Aigbe people were Ghana people who stayed in that region.
Yeah.
That was the first time I heard his name. And the thing that followed was like, they said he was wicked and they were escaping from him.
Thank you. So if you check the Ghanaian history of Agokoli, he's a wicked person. But if you check from the Togo history, from Noche.
Yes, Noche.
If you check from Noche, I come for Noche, but that's a different thing. If you check from Noche, the story about Agokoli, he's not a wicked person. So now I have these two contrasting stories. Which one do I?
Or me, they put it out. Put it out. I mean, you are boss, so if you put it out,
they'll come for me.
Yeah, if they come for you, you can defend. And me like this, I don't have kappa like that. So some of the stories I'll hide it, but you like this, we can put it out. But me, maybe at some point, I'll be bold enough to share some stories.
Yeah.
Even some of these stories, they are daring enough, but I put it out there.
Yeah.
At some point, I think we will all be bold enough to share the story.
But the truth is, I really appreciate your journey.
Thank you very
much. Like I'm saying, I'm also about to join that journey so that more of us and everyone watching out there, look, let's tell our stories. Let's tell our history. Let's find out. Even if you don't have the mouthpiece and the platform to tell the story, research, tell a friend. Because when we understand the power we come from, we understand the power we wield, and we'll know how great we are. Yes. But if we keep believing the narrative, that we are a weak culture, we're a weak race, nothing good comes from Africa, then we will continue to diminish our lives.
Yes, we believe that every good thing came from the Western world. And sometimes when I talk about history and I talk about the bad things that they did, people think, you always think the Western world were wicked. Yes, the Western world played a very wicked, I won't say wicked role, but yes, they colonized us, but in a way they helped too.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, it's a give and take. Yes. And here's the thing. I never want to attack the Western world. No. You see, everybody is looking out for themselves.
Yes.
So if I'm taking something from you,
I'm supposed to give something back.
Yes, and I'm also taking it from you to give to my family.
Yes.
I'm looking out for me and my family.
Yes.
I'm not doing anything wrong in my world. But why aren't you doing the same for yourself? So if the Western world has hyped themselves up, they've pushed themselves up with their stories and made themselves superior, why aren't we doing the same thing? No harm by what they've done. I don't begrudge America for selling the American dream. I don't begrudge UK and England for saying that they are the greatest nation ever.
Yes.
So no one will begrudge us
sometimes
when we talk about African greatness.
I understand why Africa too sometimes is difficult. You see, Africa is the continent with the most tribes. There are lots of different people over here, unlike the other continent. When you go to Asia, you barely find different cultures or different tribes. But in Africa alone, you get Hausa people, you get Chi. So I think that's that is what makes it difficult.
But if we were able to be united with one vision, even though we are different tribes, do you get me?
It's going to be difficult too.
But
you see, when you go to America, they speak English.
Yeah.
And it's very easy.
But it took thousands of years for that to happen.
Yes.
And I think one limitation we also have is we are not able to think generationally.
No.
So let's say how we are trying to tell African stories right now. It may not affect our generation.
No.
But maybe the contents that we put out there can make that 2-year-old right now who starts watching our content from when they are 6 grow up to become a proud African.
Yes.
And they will also pass it on and pass it on. For instance, one thing I'm sad about is the fact that the only language I can speak fluently is English.
You can speak Twi?
I can speak Twi, but my English is better than my Twi. Eshime.
Sir.
I say that because I feel we should start unifying ourselves based on our Africanness.
Yes, it's true. I said something about why the Chinese people are very good at math and people didn't understand. It's because from scratch, they learn with their language. 1 + 1, or 1 + 1, or can one kasem.
Yeah.
So it's very easy for them to understand. That's why they are very good at math. And I propose that why say Ghana we no go find one language, and it became a huge conversation. If you decide to choose one language, which one will it be?
Yeah.
But recently the minister said right now local languages are allowed in schools for the teachers to use as instruction.
And I think that's a good step. At least it will start to build things closer.
Yes. Sometimes we feel like it's impossible, but what we don't know is it will take time.
Yes.
But it's never impossible.
And time is our best friend. You know, it may happen in 50 years, maybe 100 years. Maybe we won't get to see the results of the efforts we put in, but would have helped the future generation.
But our people, they don't see that.
Yeah.
That's why Nest of Kings have the tire. Nest of Kings have
I once met a guy, very rich man with plenty buildings, owned a lot, and he's in his late 60s, and he said he's about to sell all his buildings and chop life.
You don't want to give Nest of
He said he's taking his son to school. He's paid for him through to university.
So he
should figure out himself. He's coming to chop his money before he dies.
He dies. Oh wow, that's sadly that's how people think.
Yeah.
When they are doing something, when someone is given power and they are supposed to build a road, they think Charlie Maminian biala. They don't think that next some years to come we'll use it. So most of the time, Africans want a problem. It be the people.
Yeah.
Most of our problems.
It's the mindset.
If the mindset, it is the people. And they've created, the sad part is, they've made it look like it is okay.
Yeah.
They've made it look like, into crazy topic there. I mean, what I'm glad about is right now we are able to speak about certain things that back then you were not able to speak about. So I feel like at some point we'll get there.
Yeah.
Because
one step at a time.
Yes. At some point you couldn't raise a topic. You couldn't, me like this, the content I'm doing, I'm talking about Kwame Nkrumah.
Yeah.
If it was in the 1970s.
Oh, you'd be silenced.
Yeah. But now we are allowed to talk about. So I believe that at some point it will be allowed. And Ghana will get there. Yes. Ghana, the every day I say that Ghana, a bit more my billions. No be afraid of Gold Coast. And so you're saying Gold Coast, me I dey Ghana, I never see gold before.
Me too.
The only gold I see be the chain.
I've seen gold once.
But real, it wasn't even yours.
No, it wasn't mine.
Gold Coast, but we never see gold before. Yeah. So Africa, they
just think about something amazing. Ghana has gold and oil.
Yes.
Like Ghana has gold and oil, yet we are broke.
Very, very, very broke.
Hard.
Yes. When you go to other continents like Nigeria, they have all the resources.
Yeah.
There's this story, they say Nigeria, they sold them, someone bought Nigeria for a certain amount, some small amount, they have forgotten. But that's not how the story is. They twisted the story about the Nigeria story. That's how Ghana today. Ghana too, they tricked us into signing things that we didn't know.
Yeah.
And some of our forefathers, I don't blame them. Because that time, they didn't understand
certain things.
Yes, and the languages as well. Like the first man who met the Portuguese at this one. He didn't understand. It was just sign language. Before they realized the Portuguese had taken over the whole place.
Yeah.
They didn't understand. So sometimes I understand them. I don't blame them too much. When you look at things like our money, they say this is our money. But when you look at it, the big cities, they are all wearing suits. Meanwhile, they say they fought for independence.
Yeah.
I'm not saying suit is bad. But for someone who fought for independence, you are dressed in the clothing of the white man.
You read Animal Farm, right?
No.
Oh, Animal Farm. My era there. Every school used to read Animal Farm.
Animal Farm, I said Mateda.
So Animal Farm is a story where the humans owned the farm, and the humans were always being, wicked to the animals and all. And then the pigs decided to start a revolution. So the pigs came together with all the animals and said, let's overthrow the humans. So they did this, did that, and then they overthrew the humans. They had this whole slogan, 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. So they overthrew the humans, sacked the humans from the farms, and then now the pigs started to rule the farm. And then now the pigs started to dress like the humans. And then the next thing they saw, the pig started to walk with 2 feet. And the
it's in our books.
Yeah, it's something that we used to learn in school in my era. And what is basically trying to show is that book, at a point they wanted to ban it because it was basically trying to show that we tried to get independence, but after getting the independence, the same things that we complained were being done to us, we did to ourselves.
That's why sometimes they twist the story and they say that before the slavery arrived, you yourself were engaged in the slavery already.
True.
Yes, it's true. We're engaged in the slavery.
Slavery was a global thing. Slavery is not limited to Africa.
Yes.
It's a global thing. But it's that we did them take do we pan.
But the difference is even we did take one body, the slavery that existed over here, it wasn't like the British people came here.
Yeah.
Our slavery was like Odemeka. You see the way that time there was no money.
So you work for me.
Odemeka, yes. Into Uber bring 50 people so that they'll come and work for me.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you go to war, you capture people, you capture them as slaves.
Yeah.
You have to bring something. That you come.
Yeah.
That was the slavery we were going through.
I think the worst part of slavery, like black slavery, is not the fact that we were slaves, because slavery, like I said, was a global thing. It's how we were treated.
Yes.
That was the first time that slaves were treated so badly. Because slavery, like if you go in the Bible and everything, slavery has always been a thing. But for this period, we were treated really badly.
And the funny part is, you when you say stories about slavery, your own people come and be like, Chaladi is 400 years ago, you people will not live it there. I'm still talking about the past because you don't know it. That's why you are here. You think because this and that, the white people are better than you. I'm telling you the reason why we are here right now.
Yeah.
But you have people in the comments telling you that
the truth is we are still slaves.
Oh yeah. I tell people all the time. Mentally,
mental now.
They just went and just gave it's like you are playing game. They just went out of the building and gave the controllers to someone.
That's all.
Yes, because right now educational system, we decide. The language you speak right now, it's not our language.
Yeah. The money we spend, we don't decide.
We don't even print it.
Yeah. We don't control anything.
Exactly.
But we think we are in control. We were given the illusion of control.
So that's the step that Opana was taking. When I say Opana, I'm talking about Kwame Nkrumah.
Yeah.
Even though they gave him the independence, he knew that you are not in total control.
Yeah.
So he was trying to gain control by we ourselves doing everything for ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's when the white people, they saw that Charlie.
And also threatening nuclear power small.
And yes, that's when they saw that Charlie, this guy,
if we don't stop him,
he'll be very stubborn. And you find out leaders, a lot of leaders in Africa, that what they do to him. You take someone like Traore like this. You realize this man, they Burkina Faso, they do insane. Whatever he's doing has nothing to do with the Western world. But they are always so want to be involved in what the man is doing.
Because you see, they do strategic thinking. So when something starts, they project 10, 20, 30 years from now and see this guy will be a problem in the future. So let's stop it now. Well, so I want us, you see, I always say, when we say these things, we are not insinuating that the West should stop what they are doing.
No.
That's good for them. We should also start being strategic. When we see our person who is also thinking ahead, who is also implementing things that will benefit us in 10, 20, 30 years from now, let's support that person. Instead of saying, oh, it's true, we're crowded,
our people there, you see one thing, our Ghanaians, the difference between, I always say this, the only difference between Ghana and Nigeria man be bold.
Yeah.
Nigeria man will tell you their mind. Ghana there, with them in spirit.
But we will change that.
Yes, I believe that we change that.
So like Kobe Boujee, do something that I have every guest do, right? I want you to look in that camera and imagine that the person watching has opened their mind to you.
And they are listening. If you can drop one mindset shift that can take them closer to success, what would it be? Okay, so I'll say this. This life, there's nothing like manual. We are all trying our best. So don't let your best look like someone's best. And there's one thing that I say that there's not like I say, it's out there. There's no evidence for I tried hard. No. There's only evidence for I made it. So if you're a content creator out there, whatever you are doing, remember that whatever you are doing takes consistency. What we are doing right now, what you are doing right now is like laying booby traps. You are laying the trap. You are just waiting for one to prick, then to trigger everything. And the same thing is like a thread. It has to be continuous for it to make the whole clothing. So the moment you stop, it's like you are missing a spot. Now the dress will be complete and then there will be a spot that is open. So the only key right now is to be consistent. Follow the thread, be consistent. By the time you realize and you have been discovered, people will go back and look at your old content. That's when they'll know that you're a solid guy. The only difference between some people who blew and they are still here and the people that blew and they are gone is that when they blew up, people went to look back at what they were doing and they realize it's just one hit wonder. But people who have worked back then, they go look and they realize that, Charlie, these people, they actually work. So the only thing I'll say is stay consistent. There's nothing like I figured it out. No. Especially in Ghana, it be Isha Lau and Takashi will take Duam. But there's actually results for working hard. So if you're out there, you are watching me, put in work and you make it. Hopefully you'll meet one day. You never know, Charlie. Peace.
I am so glad that I was so right about you to invite you here to talk. And I'm really proud of what you are doing. I like your journey. I want to see you become even bigger. Any way I can help, I will.
Thank you.
When I finish doing my African content for a while, I'll bring you back to come and review.
I'll be honored to be here. Well. And I'm actually excited to be here. Charlie, Richie, we here, I'm sound. You know the hits, man. Charlie, we are here.
Charlie, yeah, thank you. And I really hope you enjoyed this conversation and you are one step closer to being the mastermind that you deserve to be. Thanks for watching this episode. The fact that you stayed all the way through to the end tells me that you're not only curious, but you have the discipline to see what you do all the way through to the end. Now let's build a community of thinkers who are ready to become the best version of themselves. So subscribe to the channel and the mindset that you will develop and grow every day to become a true mastermind.